everyone. It's Justina from Magpie and Mockingbird, and I am very excited to show you the new project I just completed. This was the template when I was trying to figure out how to design it, and what I wanted to do was to make an advent calendar in a folio. So I figured I would do 8 waterfall pages in 3 different sections for the 24 days. I would have some kind of a belly band to hold it in place, and it could just fold on itself like this with, a nice small spine. So I tried to make it, and turns out I was a little bit off with the size. So this is how big it ended up being. I still like how it came out, just much larger than I anticipated. So I used chipboard and I wrapped it in a black textured cardstock. And then I matted the pages with this Echo Park. I don't know if it's just called Christmas. I can't remember, but the name of it is. Um, but I went through, I did this ribbon closure and I went through and I decorated at the back to look like this. And I like how that came out. And then the inside did come out the way I had planned. However, I don't know if you can see from this angle the bulge. It's just quite large. So I was trying to figure out how to do it again. But first, let me walk you through this. So you can see I only had double-sided tape to hold on the magnet. I need to go back and glue. It doesn't hold it. It also doesn't hold it though because there's quite a bit of tension because there's so much bulge here. So I went through, and I made each of these little envelopes, and they are gift card size. So you could technically go through and put a gift card um, in every one. And I thought, okay, so if you spend $5 per gift card, it would be $120 to fill this up. That's pretty expensive. So then I was thinking, all right, well, what about if there was like a little note inside it so that each day the person could read about something you like about them or a favorite memory. So I went through all the envelopes and I put just a little card in each one. That faux stitching, I love that. Um, to be able to just write a sentiment. I thought that could be a really cool advent calendar. Um, and then my other thought was like, okay, you could write the sentiment on there, or maybe put a picture in of like a great memory. And then on the back of this, you could journal about it. So you can, read what someone wrote and then you can journal, or you could add, oh, here's a picture of that moment, that kind of thing. So I went through and, each of these are numbered and it goes up to 24. And I was happy with how it came out, but like I said, I thought, okay, there's got to be a way to improve this model. So I did. So then I made another one. And this one is much closer to, I think, what I ultimately wanted, although I am going to have to make another one. Now, I'll explain why. So this is a quad fold. So it's the same width as the other one, but I put it in 4 sections instead of 3. So I could space out in groups of 6 instead of groups of 8 to make my 24 cards. So this is what it looks like. I love how this came out. It's the same idea with chipboard wrapped in textured black paper with this Echo Park paper, sorry, with gold foil, and then with Echo Park paper. I'm sorry about that glare. I don't know how to fix that yet. So the way this works is you open it like this, and then I put these little lanterns here to kind of help the transition, and then it opens like this, and you still have the bulge, don't get me wrong. However, it fits, and it's much less with only 6. So each of these has 6 cards for your advent calendar. Each one has that little note card inside it. and then I went through and I decorated it with stickers. One of the big differences is that in this, I went through and used my gold foil to cut out triangles for each one. I found it was really snug when I did that, and I felt like there was more flexibility by using these gold photo corner stickers. Because my other thought was like, yes, this is a Christmas album, but maybe it's something you could, reuse for their birthday month and just put new cards inside, or like maybe the days leading up to Valentine's Day. Um, a gift that keeps giving. So, same idea here. You can see I decorated with stickers, but this only goes up to 6, and then 7 starts here, and so on. Now, the issue I ran into with this was that under here, I had put a magnet and then matted this beautiful lantern paper. However, this belly band, it reached and it clicked, but it didn't hold. It just wasn't strong enough, I guess, which is not an issue I've ever run into with these magnets. They've been fantastic. So what I did was I went back through and I added another magnet. Try to do this gently. There we go. And see, it's the little card with the stickers, it's the envelope, and then paper, just like the other one. So what I did was I went back through and I did another magnet and I just covered it with a sticker, but I'm not crazy about this. I mean, it works, but I'm not crazy about it. The other thing I was thinking is if people wanted to, put gift cards in this, I don't want magnets anywhere near that because these are quite strong magnets and I would hate for the magnet to somehow impact the gift card. So, have not gotten to it yet because this has been very time consuming. But my thought is I'm going to make this 4-panel layout again. I'm going to add 1/2 inch, maybe more, to the bottom so that there's more space for this to come down. I think that will help with the pressure. But then instead of a magnet, I'm going to do a button and either attach it to the band with elastic or have one of those things that you wrap around and tie to hold it into place. So that is my plan for version 3.0 at this point. But I do love how this is coming out, and I do think this could be a really nice gift to give someone. I know I would love to get an advent calendar full of people's favorite memories or kind thoughts, that kind of thing. So anyways, this is the project that I did. Let me know if you would be interested in a tutorial video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. See you later.